So I'm going to apologise from the get-go for the very squeaky, creaky sound you keep hearing. That's my chair. It's shit. And you're going to basically hear it for this episode, but I eradicate it from every episode going along by replacing the chair with a non-squeaky chair and a non-moving chair, since Hayden can't spin around that and cause it to squeak the entire time. So if you get through this one, great. If not, then yeah, sorry about the squeak. But every episode after is less squeak, more talk. Yeah, that's right. So, hope you enjoy.
Hello and welcome back to the Hayden Show. And yes, it's an in live person. I kind of got it right.
Let's say potions again. Potions.
Yeah, so obviously this is the show where Tom makes me watch some stuff and then I'm forced to review it against my will. This time there is a gun to my head, you just can't see it.
I mean, if you
slowly gets it.
Oh, fucking hell. If I just put a Nerf gun in it, there you go. That does the job, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm now going to be shot if I don't do this. So yeah, obviously there's always a theme of each series. You twat. There's always a theme with each series. So this theme for this one is to do with the anime.
Pilot episodes, to be more specific. Yes. So yeah, what was the first episode we got to look at here?
Well, another little running theme is each series we review one supernatural episode. Is now what we're saying we're doing now.
Yeah, she's come up with that there. It's like, oh, it's kind of is a running thing at the moment, but
so far,
yeah,
we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah, it's going to run out. Like, yeah, this doesn't fit my theme at all here. This doesn't work into Marvel.
We'll make it work.
We'll find an episode that references one bit of Marvel. Done. There you go. You're in.
Perfect. But yeah, so this episode we're doing, the first episode is a supernatural, the anime episode. Ooh, see, and the pilot episode is based or is it recreation of the?
I don't think it's a full-on recreation, but it is inspired by an actual episode, which they did say before the episode. Skin. But obviously this version is actually called Alter Ego.
Yeah.
They've obviously renamed it for this one.
The same kind of...
Same idea of basically someone pretending to be someone else.
Yeah, doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Shapeshifter, whatnot.
Shapeshifter, yeah. Shapeshifter.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good adaptation, I'd say. Like a good...
anime take on it.
Yeah. Because being anime, it allows it to be more intense, more graphic, more...
I mean, from the get-go, splatter everywhere.
A lot more blood than you would normally see in
Supernatural, yeah. I mean, you don't see that much blood anyway, do you, really, Supernatural? No. You see bits and bobs here and there. You know, your obvious stuff, but you don't heavily see a massive amount of blood, whereas this, it's, you know, let's get a book in, just throw it everywhere.
Yeah, it's proper, like, Paint in Town Red, kind of.
It's proper anime.
It's intense. The action scene's a lot more like
over the top.
Yeah, anime. You know what anime looks like. It's over the top, and that's what it feels like. And it's like it fits both themes well.
Yeah,
it feels like a supernatural episode, but it also feels like an anime. So there's like a whole. It blends well.
Yeah,
it's a good mix. You rarely see when there's two clashing like.
And so it's the same kind of the same thing as when we obviously covered the first supernatural one we did.
The Scooby-Doo one?
Yeah, that blended well there.
Oh yeah, because that was two very, very contradicting.
I just realised we didn't do Supernatural for the Christmas one. You only did it once. We did Librarians, didn't we, instead?
Oh my God.
Yeah, we definitely did Supernatural last time.
I know what I'm thinking. I think I confused Grimm.
Oh yeah, Grimm. Yes.
I'm remembering Krampus. I'm like, oh, that was definitely a Supernatural episode.
To be fair though, if you think about it, that was part one of the Christmas ones. Christmas one's ever going.
Yeah.
So we will do that this. We will do the Supernatural one this year. But I just clicked. I was like, "Shit, we didn't actually do it."
Yeah.
I was literally trying to remember. I say you can remember the Scooby-Doo one. You can remember the plot easily. But I was just there going, "Shit, what was the actual plot of the Christmas one?" I don't remember the Christmas one.
So at some point,
we'll cover the Christmas one.
we'll try and put every Supernatural episode
Oh.
in. We've already fucked it up.
Yeah.
We've already fucked up
Well,
this
if you
whole
think
thing.
about it, we did what? We did Supernatural the first series.
Mm.
Didn't do it on the second. Do it in this one. Probably won't do it in the next one. We'll do it in the next one. Do it like have a gap in between.
Yeah, a bit of break.
It sort of
Because you
works.
can get too much Supernatural.
It sort of works. I mean,
Oh.
we've got like how many series worth to actually utilise, but you know,
Yeah.
we've only utilised one episode because this doesn't count because it's a completely different series entirely.
Mm.
But yeah, I've got my notes here.
Ooh.
Okay, so how entertaining is the actual episode, really?
I'd say it's definitely on par with any normal Supernatural episode. I
Yeah.
think definitely because it's got that visual aspect of the anime, which is really quite pleasing. It's nice to look at, and there's definitely the plot is it's very supernatural. It's very because it's based off an already done supernatural plot, and it's quite just. It's easy to watch. It's quite good, and even if you've never watched any Supernatural, I think you could watch just this anime series and that's it. You don't really need to know all the backstory.
Yeah, because I'm pretty certain the last two episodes of this series as well are also inspired by an actual episode, if I remember correctly. It's been a long time. This is the first time I fucking watched this in. I don't remember the last time I actually watched this show. I mean, I dragged it out of my shelf like last year just to fucking actually watch it, and I never did. And obviously I was like, hey, anime, I'll fucking watch this one. Give me something to watch. I might actually sit down and watch the rest of it at some point. Which does bring me to another question, obviously. How much does this episode make you want to actually sit through the rest of the 22 episode series?
I mean, definitely, I think I do. It's like, it's... Because I've got the whole backing of... I've watched some Supernatural episodes, so I know what's going on. I like Supernatural itself. So, it's quite fun to watch an anime version, different, like, takes on the different stories, its own unique story as well. So it's quite... I would definitely watch. It hooks you in, especially if you're a Supernatural fan. It'd be quite good. Obviously, there's the big problem of Dean is not the same voice.
Yeah, until the final two episodes. It does take you out a bit, especially if you're a big Supernatural fan and you want to watch it. Obviously, you got Sam. Yeah, you can recognise his voice straight away. Like, yes, that's Sam. That's fucking Jared Padalecki. You're like, yeah, it's him. But then you listen to Dean, like, that's not Jensen Ackles.
If you're a big Dean fan, wouldn't be the best. But if you're a big Sam fan, there you go. You've got
Sam's up there.
Yeah.
With Baby, which is funny because that's Dean's car, but Sam's in it.
You stole it.
Yeah, he's joyriding. That's why. Poking his head for the. Why is he poking his head for the top of the car? The car doesn't have a sunroof. It's already. What?
It does now.
Right, it does now. I mean, it has a bullet hole in its windshield, but you know, not to say anything spoilery, but you know.
Yeah, it's definitely it gets you wanting to watch, even if like it will put you out the voice. But I think it's still it's still able to watch it. It needs to get into it, I'd say.
Yeah, so there's a lot of twists and turns I find in it as well, because when you think, obviously, because being shapeshifters and you can change people, it's always the idea of who do you actually trust? Oh, is this? And then obviously you got this massive moment towards the end where it's literally like, who's real, who's fake?
Yeah, is it Sam or Dean?
Is it Sam or Dean? That sort of situation. It has a very interesting dynamic and builds up to like a really satisfying ending. And heck, it even builds up to the classic Carry On Wayward Son song by
Get that brain working.
Definitely not looking at my Amazon
Looks
Music.
like you are though.
I'm definitely not looking at my Amazon Music because that song is on there. Let's have a look. The song is by Kansas.
Of course.
I'm saying I'm pretty certain it's American plays. I was like, fuck, what is it though?
Oh.
Well, it looks like not in Kansas anymore, which makes sense because they reference that a lot in the show. But obviously, as I say, it builds up to the end credits of utilising Carry On Wayward Son.
Yeah.
Great song, by the way.
Mixed with like an anime like style.
Yeah, the drawings, like
nice drawings.
Concept drawings, sort of. Yeah.
A
bit like what Mandalorian does in Book of Boba Fett. They use concept drawings on their outros, so it's kind of like that, but obviously anime.
That helps with the whole the mixing of the things.
Yeah.
I mean, like the final scenes, I think they are very, very intense. It's like you got both. You as the audience don't know which one's a doppelganger, and you can believe both. Like the Dean's acting like Dean and Sam's acting like Sam. You don't know which one's which. And then you see like another version of Sam start walking through the motorway.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of things here and there, and it's just the idea of who am I actually going with here? Who's the actual legit thing here?
So you start thinking like, are they both the real ones, and that's a doppelganger?
No, it would have been really like intense if like another version of Dean walked out as well, and it's just like, whoa, what's going on here? Who's real?
Both of them come out.
Yeah.
Who the fuck's got our car?
It would have been so funny. It would have been so anime as well. Just like the most over the top moment. Like it's something that you wouldn't find in the actual show, but it's just so over the top. It just goes for it. But yeah, I forgot one thing on it. Obviously, in terms of like visuals, obviously in terms of anime, it's quite basic. Obviously, anime style.
Yeah,
it's quite dark as well. Obviously, the lighting they do, obviously, which makes sense being this horror sort of show, and obviously they get the lighting pretty much correct. But as you say, it's quite the most basic sort of animation style possible, which you don't. Yes, fine. You don't really need anything too over the top because it's not like. They say it's not like My Hero Academia or something, which is obviously utilises superheroes and whatnot, and it needs these big visuals and whatnot. It doesn't need to be that. It literally just needs to be the most basic form of anime. And obviously, it's you run the mill sort of around that era sort of anime. It kind of reminds me of the sort of Cowboy Bebop style of anime, like which that is the 90s, but it kind of reminds me of that. It's back to basic. Old style basically. It just needs to be. Obviously, if it was made nowadays, I think obviously it'd look a lot different to what it looks there, and it probably would look better. But I feel like for the time, it got its message across right, and it just looked good to watch.
I think like with any horror anime as well, they tend to be quite gritty and dark looking, and they tend to look very similar to that as well. So that in it helps blend with the supernatural and anime style, but having the anime style, you've heavily focused on being gritty and being edgy and horror stuff. Like it definitely helps with the horror.
Yeah,
like even that first entrance scene, like loads of emphasis of like the knife, and the grinding, and
it
helps.
Yeah, definitely.
Gritty.
There's just a lot to like about it, which is pretty cool. As I said, it's quite a shame that they never went past one series, because there's a lot they could have done, as I said, that they couldn't really do in the live action, because they say anime, they can go anywhere, over the top as fuck as they want. They can do anything they want. And it's, as I say, it's pretty much a shame that they never carried it on, because it would have been pretty cool, like, each series as well, to adapt one episode from the actual live action show. That would have been pretty cool, because then they obviously, there's like one or two, and they could even utilize some more finales. And then even like there's just a lot they could have done. But obviously, it only lasted one series. I don't know why they never did anymore. Maybe there's something just to quickly Google at some point. But yeah, it's a bit weird. But it's definitely something to look at if you can get your hands on it. I mean, you can get your hands on it. Like I said, DVD and fucking. I think you can get it on like Amazon Prime and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you can find it in most places. You won't find it on like streaming, like Funimation and stuff like that. But you'll find it on most sort of
Western sites.
Yeah, most platforms. That's pretty cool. Okay, so then, what would you give this though? Personally, out of 10.
Out of 10.
Obviously, it's your ratings, so you always go well over that anyway.
My weird rating.
Your weird ass fucking ratings.
Right, I'd say I would give it out of 10. 88.
88.
Yeah.
88 out of 10.
Okay. Because I think it would have had higher if it had the same voice actor for Dean.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that slightly hinders it. But overall, I think it's still good to watch, and I do want to watch more. Yeah. 88.
Okay, so it's not letting. Let's have a look at that compares to what you gave to the last Supernatural one. I'm pretty certain it's lower than that. But then again, that was Scooby-Doo involved, so.
The Scooby high makes everything higher.
That's Christmas.
Yeah.
Compared to the last time in Supernatural, you gave the last one. I feel like that covers all bases for episode 1. The first in-person recording we've actually ever attempted. Apart from obviously filming actual cameras. But that don't
count. No.
This is different. This is actually in front of a webcam with a microphone.
Yeah.
Rather than boom mic and struggling to get it in the angles like that.
And you haven't got the idiots bumbling about. Just you.
I do miss Connor though.
He's the better idiot.
He's the better idiot. Anyway.
Yeah.
So next time I'll move on to our next one, which you'll see next time. It's definitely the next big batch coming forth are the biggest animes you can find of now. Yeah. So I think like the next 1, 2, 3 at least. There's 3 at least. There's one that's big for me. Yeah. It's quite cool. The next sort of within the next 4, there's 3 that are the biggest sort of anime. So you can probably guess what they are from that.
Yeah.
But then there's like some more ones that most people know from before.
Yeah.
Like, but they're not as big as like the ones we're gonna cover soon.
Yeah. Next episode will be the anime for Corey in the House. Good episode. That one. I like that one.
No, I can't talk about Corey anymore.
I can't. No. Yeah, it's B movie instead then.
Can't talk about B movie either.
Oh fuck's sake! What about anime? Oh, it's I don't know what anime. It's just them 2.
Well, it looks like it's gonna be a short series then.
Oh well.
Next time.
If you like what you've seen, don't be afraid to throw us a little like and subscribe. That's always very appreciated over here. And well, I'll see you on the next video.